We have a top-rated poll, A-rated poll, which says that Trump would crush Biden in 2024 and DeSantis would crush Biden in 2024. We're going to look at the poll. Many of my right-wing friends wrote to me over the weekend and said, David, you will never cover this poll. Does that sound like me? Does that sound like something I would do? Just ignore a poll because the numbers don't coincide with, I guess, what I would like the numbers to say, which I would like the numbers to say, nobody's going to be so stupid that they're going to fall for voting for Trump again. That's what I would like the numbers to say. Many of the numbers don't say that. So let's look at this new poll and then look at some caveats. Biden faces broad negative ratings at the start of campaign, post ABC poll finds. And indeed, we don't have to look at every aspect of the poll. But when we look at the 538 compilation of recent polls, and please, there's these people in the audience who will write to me and say, David, why do you use left-wing 538 to look at polls? 538 isn't doing their own polls. 538 just aggregates polls. So you can look at the polls and judge for yourself the deal with the polls, okay? ABC News Washington Post poll. Among registered voters, Biden losing to DeSantis by 6. That is no longer a statistical dead heat. There is a caveat, and I'll get to it in a moment. Among all adults, DeSantis leading Biden by even more, 7. What about Biden versus Trump? Well, among registered voters, Trump leads Biden by 6, the exact same lead that DeSantis has. And then if you look instead at all adults rather than just registered voters, Trump leads Biden by 7, the exact same lead that Ron DeSantis has over Biden. So anytime we get one poll, we usually want to do 3 things. Actually, listen, let's be thorough, okay? It's a Monday. We can be a little more thorough. We want to do 4 things. Number 1, is this a well-rated poll or is this a toilet trash poll? This is a well-rated poll. A rating, ABC News Washington poll. Generally speaking, these polls are trustworthy. Second question, is there something about the timing of what is being asked about that would make all polling about this question less accurate? Well, I don't know the answer to that. You can make the case it's too early to do general election polling because it's only May of the year before. But the important thing is, if it's too early, it's equally too early for any pollsters. So we can compare this poll to other polls. That's the second question. Is there something about the timing or in particular that would make this a bad time to ask about this? Number 3, are there many undecideds where you have a lot of blanks in the polling? And the answer is in this poll, we do. When DeSantis leads Biden 44-38, that means 18% of people did not choose either of them. They either said unsure, neither, don't know, too early to say. That's a lot of people because the margin is only 6. So when 18% aren't even there, that's a question. And then with Biden, Trump, 16% aren't in there. At 39-45, you've got 16% of the electorate. These elections come down to somewhere between 1 and 5 points in general. So yes, that is a big caveat. A lot of people were not forced into making a choice here. They could say, I'm just not sure yet. I don't know, someone else. And then the fourth question in general, when we look at polling is this poll an outlier compared to others? And it sort of is. If you look at other polling, for example, the B+ rated YouGov poll that was done just a day before the one I just told you about, that one has Biden leading DeSantis and Biden tied with Trump. So the most important message here is whatever your view on whether YouGov should be a B+ or a B- poll, or whether the ABC News poll was, done at 3 a.m. and people were too tired to respond accurately. Like whatever you want to come up with any of these polls, the message here needs to be, it is not at all obvious that Joe Biden can defeat DeSantis or Trump in re-election. That's what we need to be screaming from the rooftops, and that needs to be the message. Now, one bit of good news from this is that DeSantis's numbers against Biden are good. And let me tell you why that's good news. I'll explain what I mean. DeSantis has been crumbling in Republican primary polls. And he had this bizarre, where he was asked a question and he grinned and was like a bobblehead. He was massively triggered when asked about Trump recently, and we'll have more clips of DeSantis later today. He just doesn't seem to be able to handle it. Republican donors are bailing on DeSantis, billionaire, saying this guy doesn't have what it takes. And so DeSantis, it's not clear whether DeSantis will or won't announce. I believe it is better for the eventual Democratic nominee, likely Joe Biden, for DeSantis and Trump to have a really long and a really ugly primary. I believe that will weaken them. I don't believe this. Well, whoever comes out will be stronger because of the fight. No, I believe that many will be turned off by how ugly DeSantis v. Trump is likely to get. And hopefully DeSantis will be encouraged to run, even if he's not doing so well in the Republican primary polls, because he sees, hey, if somehow I could get on the ballot in November of 24, I have a really good shot at defeating Joe Biden. His ego may not allow him to get away from running when he sees those poll results. That's the one good bit of news I can find of them. The really disturbing news is this is a country who is so disconnected from fact, empiricism, common sense, reality, sanity to some degree, that they genuinely might. There's tens of millions of people who, if they get the chance, they'll put Trump in the Oval Office or DeSantis in the Oval Office. And that should really scare us. We'll have all of these stories on our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/The David Pakman Show. Help us get to 2 million subscribers on YouTube. We'll take a quick break and be right back. One of our sponsors is Helix Sleep. I have been sleeping on a Helix mattress at home for years now. I couldn't be more happy with it. I recommend it to everybody. The other day, even though she's not allowed in the big bed, I put my baby daughter on the mattress and even she loved it. Helix Sleep is the premium mattress brand offering tailored mattresses based on your unique sleep preferences. Take the Helix Sleep Quiz. It asks you about your body type, your sleeping position. Do you get hot at night? Do you have back pain? And then Helix will match you with the mattress that's perfect for you. Most people don't know where to begin when shopping for a mattress, including me. Helix makes it simple and less risky because you know you're getting a mattress that fits your needs. It ships free. You can try it for 100 nights to see if you like it. And it comes with a 10 or 15-year warranty. Unlike many mattress companies, all Helix mattresses are made in the USA by a skilled production team. So you are supporting good jobs. Helix Sleep is giving my audience up to 20% off plus 2 free pillows. What other mattress company is going to give you 20% off? Go to helixsleep.com/Pakman. The link is down below.